Hello and welcome back to Shulchan HaRav. We continue in Hilchos Betzias HaPas, Siman Kuf Samach Zayin, and we pick it up with Sif Chaf Gimel, which is the final Sif of this Siman. Emir Hashem will complete it today. Sif Chaf Gimel. Misha Ena Eichel is someone who isn't eating. Ena Yachal Varach Hamaitzi like to Eichlin Dechavazah. He would not be able to make a brach of Hamaitzi to take care of the obligation for other people who are eating. I feel Ena Yodin Varach Lasm. If they don't know how to make the bracha, he can't make it for them. Kivin Shu Ena Mechuyev B'bracha Zu, because he's not obligated in this bracha since he is not eating. Because Ena Mechuyev B'davar, someone who's not obligated in a certain thing, Ena Maitzi Achim Dechavazah, he is not able to do that for other people, help them fulfill their obligation. Shebirkas hanen and ein adaim lebirkas hamitzvahs. Brachas for things we take pleasure in are not like the brachas we make for when we say a mitzvah. She'af misha einu mechuyev b'davar minyan kvar yatzu dechavasei. Because by a bracha for a mitzvah, even if the person himself is no longer obligated in that mitzvah because he already did the mitzvah, he can still make a bracha for someone who did not yet do the mitzvah, even though he's not technically mechuyev, but any day this person who's making a bracha for doesn't know how to make the bracha himself. He can do that. Going, for example, a kaddish kiddush hayom lenashim, to make kiddush for a lady by day, by me'oritz, for people who don't know how to read Hebrew and they can't make kiddush. L'fisha b'mitzvahs, because by mitzvahs shein chayva kol Yisrael, because it's a chiyuv for everybody. Every Jew is a co-signer, a guarantor for everybody else. So we're all equally obligated. So one person, even though he's already done the mitzvah personally, he's still considered obligated in the mitzvah when his friend has not yet done the mitzvah yet. And it's not true by brachas for food and other things we take pleasure in, because even though they are an obligation on the person who's going to benefit, the person has the option to not take benefit in that thing, and just not make the bracha. So therefore, a person who's not actually taking the pleasure, he's not nikra mechuyev b'davar. He's not considered obligated in the thing for what this bracha is for, because a person only makes a bracha on something he wants to take pleasure in. And even on Shabbos, where you are obligated to eat bread for the Suda of Shabbos, nevertheless, since this obligation is only for his own pleasure, if he's not taking pleasure in eating, for whatever reason, but fasting is a benefit. He feels pleasure when he fasts. He does not have to eat. So if that's the case, a person does not know how to make a bracha, he also cannot take pleasure. He can't take the benefit because he doesn't know how to make the bracha, and you're not allowed to take benefit from this world without a bracha. And not everybody is a guarantor on the thing that the person's taking pleasure in. Not everybody's the same. Any kind of eating or drinking that is obligatory on a person, which has nothing to do with its actual benefit, could go in matzah b'leil rishon shel Pesach. Eating matzah the first night of Pesach, you're not eating it because you love matzah. You might love matzah, but you're eating it because there's a mitzvah to eat matzah. The yain shel kiddush, or the wine on kiddush at kiddush time, that you might like to drink wine, but right now you're not drinking the wine in order to benefit and feel pleasure from drinking. It's because there's an obligation of kiddush. This applies with the nighttime kiddush or the daytime kiddush. If a person not know how to make the bracha, say someone else who, even if that other person has already fulfilled his own obligation, he can make a bracha to help the other guy fulfill his obligation. And even here, though it is a bracha for taking pleasure, but these brachas of hamaitzi and brei are typically brachas you make when you're taking pleasure, and we just said, you can't do that. But you can here because of the mitzvahs that they're tied to. And certainly, the bracha for eating the matzah, or the bracha for kiddush itself, which is, asher kiddushanon, the bracha of kiddush, mekadosh Shabbos, or alachis matzah, she'emi birchas mitzvahs. Those are considered brachas for mitzvahs that are in a setting of taking pleasure from the world, but they're really for the mitzvah. The imekadosh HaPas, and if a person makes kiddush on bread, then a person could fulfill the obligation of the hamaitzi bracha for someone else who can't say it, as part of the kiddush, shehi chayv mishum kiddush, because now that becomes obligatory from the kiddush itself, but it's not because of the pleasure he gets from eating. This is all by an adult that does not know how to make a bracha. For children, you could make a bracha for any child, even a bracha for taking pleasure, in order to teach them how to do mitzvahs like making brachas, to teach them how to make brachas. And even if the obligation of education is not necessarily on you, they're not your family, but they're someone else's child, you also have an obligation to educate that child in chinuch, and you can make a bracha for him when it comes to bir chanenin, but not true for adults. Have a great day. Oh, and with this we complete Baruch Hashem Siman Kuf Samach Zayin. Next time we will start Kuf Samach Ches 168 Al Eza Mine Pas Mevorchim. On what kind of bread do we make the bracha for Hamaitzi? Uboy Chav Gimel Sifim, and there will be Mitzvah 23 Sifim, just like in the last Siman, another 23 Sifim. Have a great day.